Okay, YouTube, here we are today. This is the Grizzly G0704 mill. On this mill, had it for almost a year, and all of a sudden the low gear stopped working. Called Grizzly. It was a problem with the intermediate gear. They sent me a replacement. Here I have a replacement gear right here. When I looked at the gear here, it's made out of plastic. Looked around, I cannot find a metal version of this, but basically the low part of the gear, the teeth, kind of got stripped off. So I kind of looked around for YouTube, didn't see any good videos about how to go through here and disassemble the mill to get this gear out, so I figured I'd film it and share it. So the first thing we want to do is remove the cover here. There's 2 screws on each side. I've already taken those out. And remove the top cover here. The next step is going to be to remove the motor mounting brackets right here. And then we're going to loosen the head and rotate it 90 degrees. And start trying to get this gear out here. One of the things I forgot to mention was that we need to unplug the mill before we work on it. And another thing I didn't mention, on the table there you'll see a small piece of plywood. I have placed that there just so I don't damage the table in case I drop anything on there. Okay. So this is actually wired in down to the box there. I'm not going to disconnect the wiring there. Next thing I'm going to do is rotate this head here and rotate it 90 degrees. So that we can get it underneath here and get this gear out. So there's 3 bolts that are up underneath here that we need to loosen up. Okay, I got the camera repositioned. Looks like the next thing we need to do is take off this back plate here. And show you down into here. Right there's the intermediate gear right here. This is the one on the low gear. That's actually all the teeth have been chewed off there. So that's what it looks like, guys. Okay, here's the gear. I'm trying to hold a flashlight and camera and turn this in rotation. So that's in neutral there, or between the high and low. You can see exactly what it does. The little fork there. So I'm gonna put it in the middle gear. And then what we're going to need to do is remove. What we're going to need to do is remove this nut right here, and that should give me come off and let me get this fork here free. Okay, I repositioned the camera right, and hopefully we'll get a decent view for you guys here. There's the little ball. Okay, apparently I got to remove the actual selector, but it'll get the fork out. Tried to get that out without it, it's not going to work. Now, since I unhooked that, this laying in there loose, when you pull it out, you need to be careful because there is 2 detent balls in the spring. Just make sure you don't lose them. So we'll just kind of pull that up right here, and here we go. So we got 2 balls and the spring there that goes in this little hole here that indexes with these little dimples here that let you go to high, in the middle, and then low. After trying to get that bar out, I'm going to have to remove this whole assembly here. Look like there's just 2 screws that's holding that together. So let's get those out and see if we can get this to drop. Oh. We're going to reposition the camera so we can go to the next step. So the next thing is going to be to get the snap ring off. I'm just going to show you up because I don't know how I'm going to be able to get this shot without and show you how to do it without getting my head in the way. So here we go, right down through there. It's kind of dirty. I tried to clean it up a little bit there. You can see the 2 holes there for the snap ring. So I'm going to try to put the pliers in there, get those things out, and the goal is that might be the least. I have to take it apart and punch that center circle and get the shaft out without having to take all the crap off the top of it and replace the intermediate gear out. Be back in a sec. Okay, I was able to get the snap ring out there. So next we're going to try to punch that thing out and see if that does the trick. So we're going to have to remove this stuff over here too. There's a snap ring right here. Snap ring off. Got the gear off there. Key. Oh, that's why there's another snap ring there. That's why I couldn't push it out. All right. That makes total sense. The snap ring is probably preventing me from knocking it back through, so hopefully this right here will get me to where I need to be. Let's see if this spindle comes out in this direction now. Which I think it should. Oh yeah. Okay, bearing. There's like grunge or part of the plastic getting eaten up in there. That's the problem. Let's try this here. Some bearing and everything. Bearing shaft, another key. Okay, here are the two bearings. Look, this is the one I took out, and here's, let's see, how can we do this so you can see. So let's get you zoomed in there so you can see how all the gears there and the low burn out, and then here's the new gear here that's going to be replacing. So I did some research. I don't see where I can get these gears in metal. The best I can figure out is that once I get a lathe, I may be able to go ahead and make this into a metal, which I think would be preferable. Obviously the plastic gets eaten off there, but the plan is on the lathe is I'm going to be doing a CNC conversion. So there's a belt drive, and I've seen a belt drive, the high and low. I think if it would be nice, but doing the high-low, because it'd be nice just to rotate that switch instead of having to move the belt over. The other thing I'm going to do off camera, because anybody can do this, is let me get over here for you. So this here is the back of the box here, and you know, I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty freaking filthy in there. I'm planning on cleaning that whole box out. Then I'll have a part 2 of this video, basically reassembling this whole thing in reverse order, so I can kind of document that for people that's not done this before.
I got it written down. I think it was some kind of, I think it was a lithium grease that Grizzly said to put back on it, but this is obviously really grungy, and I definitely want to clean it out before I start putting everything back together. Thanks.